Xavier, would you be able to introduce yourself and what you do?
Hello, my name is Xavier. I am the director of the French entity of Venturi Space in Toulouse, the capital of space in Europe.
And what do we have here in front, behind us?
So here we've got the rover that we unveiled yesterday on Monday. This rover will be made in Europe, in Toulouse especially, and it's supposed to be sent to the moon by 2030, roughly, 2029, 2030.
And why would you say that European autonomy in lunar mobility is important?
Oh, we need definitely to have we need to have our own missions regarding, of course we partner with the US, but as far as we are concerned in Europe, we need to be able to have our own program regarding the moon for exploring, and then for our industry as well. We need to have our own program as far as launchers, landers and rovers of course are concerned.
And what's the biggest challenge that comes with that?
Oh, the moon itself actually. When you say, I want to go to the moon, it's a big challenge. Completely different from what we had back in 1960s. Now this is more towards exploring, still collecting samples. You know that what humanity would like to have in the next decade is trying to find to make a habitat on the moon so that we can explore further away, like on Mars, or Mars actually is the main aim, of course, but the main goal. But we have still so many challenges to take on first on the moon. The moon itself is so challenging for sure. Yeah.
So what stage of development is this rover in? When will it be going to the moon?
So it's supposed to be ready. So this one of course is a mock-up, but as you see, the wheels have already been developed. They have been tested, and this is a kind of wheel that is going to be sent actually on another rover within a few months actually, so that we can test it on the moon itself and see how it behaves, I would say.
Yeah.
So this one, the batteries as well are going to be sent there. We need to see how they react on the moon. As you know, moon is without any atmosphere, extreme conditions, especially with temperature, no pressure, and we need to take this into account to develop our own rover. As you will see, so of course the batteries, you can see the batteries over there as well, if you want to have a look at the batteries and all the systems. All the onboard computing systems as well that we are developing in Toulouse is going to be tested, so that we know that by 2029, when we send this rover, it will be a perfect mission.
So in 2029, fingers crossed, this is on the moon.
Correct.
What will it be doing then?
So this one, so it depends on, we have two ways of seeing things. We can have a mission which will be sent by the institutions, I would say, like ESA or CNES. CNES is the French space agency. Or it can be private commercial missions, such as, so here we have the payload inside that we can send for the account of private industries, such as collecting samples, making stellar. Là, je vais coincer. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. Making some stellar.
A tracker?
Star tracker? Stellar. How do you say that?
Imager?
No, it's like a stellar navigation.
Okay, navigation.
So,
okay.
So I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry. Okay, so these missions can be as well asked by private commercial industries, especially for collecting samples, or actually collecting samples, trying to find if there is water. That's the main mission.
Okay.
Of course. Stellar navigation.
Yeah.
And which will be a challenge as well, because this rover needs to be autonomous and find its way with radar, LiDAR, all these kind of things. Be able to take its own decision by saying, okay, this rock is too big to jump over, so I'm going to go around it and so on. So this one is to, like with IA, we're talking, there's lots to say about IA, but this kind of rover will be able to do all sorts of things just by itself. And that's the main challenge. It's and this is a kind of technology that we can use back on Earth as well.
Okay, interesting. So for early career professionals, for students interested in missions like this, what should they be looking out for? What are the skills that you're seeking out? How do they get involved?
Well, so it depends. We've got everything actually. It goes from the commercial side to the technical side, of course. We've got thermal problems, electronics. We work on with very specific solar arrays. We've got all the onboard computing systems that we need to develop as well.
Yeah.
So as far as we are concerned in Toulouse, so that's something I can give out to everybody. We are recruiting a lot. We need to find some good engineers, especially in thermal systems and onboard computing systems. That's what we are looking for.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome.